Good morning. How you guys doing? It's Mike back with the thought of the day on January 11th, 2024. First, I want to give honor and praise to Ahaya Shoahaya, Bashem Yeshaya, and Rawak Adash. That's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit in Hebrew. Then I like to open with the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. May your will, not mine, be done. Today I want to continue into more about alcoholism chapter. This time I'm going to read the story about the jaywalker. You know, jaywalking across the street. Very interesting story. It should hit home for people that can relate to it. I'm going to begin. In some circumstances, we have gone out to liberty to get drunk, feeling ourselves justified by nervousness, anger, worry, depression, jealousy, or the like. But even in this type of beginning, we are obliged to admit that our justification for a spree was insanely insufficient in the light of what had always happened. We now see that when we begin to drink deliberately instead of casually, there was little serious or effective thought during the period of premeditation of what the terrific consequences might be. Our behavior is absurd and incomprehensible with respect to the first drink, as that of an individual with a passion, say, for jaywalking. He gets a thrill out of skipping in front of fast-moving vehicles. He enjoys himself for a few years in spite of friendly warnings. Up to this point, we would label him as a foolish chap, having queer ideas of fun. Lack this deserts him, and he is slightly injured several times in succession. You would expect him, if he were normal, to cut it out. Presently, he is hit again, and this time he has a fractured skull. Within a week after leaving the hospital, a fast-moving trolley car breaks his arm. He tells you that he has decided to stop jaywalking for good. But in a few weeks, he breaks both legs. On through the years, the conduct continues, accompanied by his continued promise to be careful or to keep off the streets altogether. Finally, he can no longer work, his wife gets a divorce, and he's held up to ridicule. He tries every known means to get the jaywalking idea out of his head. He shuts himself up in an asylum, hoping to mend his ways, but the day he comes out, he races in front of a fire engine, which breaks his back. Such a man would be crazy, wouldn't he? You may think this illustration is too ridiculous, but is it? Have we been through the ringer? Have to admit we substituted alcoholism for jaywalking? This illustration would fit us exactly. However, intelligent we have may been in other respects where alcohol has been involved. We have been strangely insane. In strong language, but isn't this true? Wow. Was I a jaywalker when it came to alcohol? Yes, I was, because no matter what was going on, I still tried to drink safely the next day. Whether it was almost getting a DUI before, whether it was breaking a table in the basement, falling on it, whether it was falling down, whether it was just staggering drunk the night before, it always led me back to another drink the next day, which is totally insane. You get what I'm saying? Like, and how many people out there have been through so many things when it comes to drugs or alcohol, but the next day we keep trying, no matter what's going on in our lives. Forget the fact that I had to go to rehab and things of that nature and still come out and do it again. No matter what the consequences was, I kept having to try it over and over again. And it's insane when you look at the jaywalker. He kept getting out the hospital after having broken bones and this and that, and he still kept trying to drink again. Kept trying to walk in the street again. And it's the same thing when it comes to the alcohol, man. Same thing, man. How many of us out there got in trouble because of a blackout? You know what I'm saying? Most High, thank the Most High, I never experienced that before, but I hear the stories about people crashing and waking up in jail. I hear the stories about people beating their spouses and not even remember what happened. And I hear the stories of people embarrassing their families at parties and things of that nature. And then the next day, still drink again, no matter what the consequences were. You know what I'm saying? I just thank the Most High that He put me in a position and gave me the gift of desperation for me to be able to come to the understanding that I had a problem. And I had to go to get Him to break my insanity, to come in and help me, because I was insane. I kept thinking that the next day it'd be cool, that it was going to go back to how it was when I was a youngster, drinking in college and things of that nature. But that's the part of being insane, because it's never again going to return to that state. It's never again going to return to that state, man. And it turns on you, man. It turns on you. I remember towards the end, drinking when the trial was about to come up, and my mind still told me that the alcohol was going to take me back to the glory days of when everything first started back in 2009. And I would drink, and it gave me like 100% escape and 0% depression. Then it went to 75% escape and 25% depression. Then it went to 50% escape and 50% depression. Then it went to 25% escape and 75% depression. And then as soon as I picked up a drink, it was 0% escape and 100% depression. But the insanity of my mind kept telling me that it was going to get back to when it was 100% escape. And that's what happens when the alcohol turns on you. Your brain still tells you that it's going to be like it was in the glory days, and those days are long gone. So I definitely relate to the Jaywalker, because I was insane. And how many of you out there can relate to the Jaywalker story in terms of drugs, alcohol, gambling, or any kind of addiction that you're dealing with? This is Brother Mike. Enjoy the rest of your day. Shalom.